Deep in the Jarrah forests of Western Australia is the tiny town of Nannup, the perfect place for those in search of an alternative lifestyle. And in 2003, 4 people moved to this remote farmhouse outside town for just that reason. There's daughter Leela, her mother Chantel,
Come over here, you've got to see yourself in the camera.
longtime friend Tony Poppich, and Chantel's partner and Leela's dad, Simon Cadwell. They've lived together in places like this in WA for 4 years.
They're in their own world, aren't they? Really, though.
The last time we saw her, just remembering her with her long hair flying around our back garden, around the rose garden.
She's very loud and she's in your face.
You're taking a movie, aren't you?
Leela was absolutely gorgeous. She was a giggly little girl. She was full of life, good friend to my daughters. Just a beautiful little kid. Yeah, she centre of her mum and dad's universe.
While Simon doesn't work and spends most of his time inside the house, Chantel settles into Nannup quickly. She teaches swimming, sells makeup, and sews clothes.
She's just in people's lives, in the community, as a visible person in the community.
Their 40-year-old housemate, Tony Poppich, works at the local hardware store.
He related easily and well to people, and even during idle moments he was cleaning the shop, rearranging stock. I found him an excellent employee.
Chantel, young Leela and Tony quickly made friends in the little town of Nannup. Simon Cadwell remained very secretive. And that's just the way he wanted it.
He was a control freak, you might as well say that.
Chantel was just 16 when she met Simon Cadwell in Melbourne. He was 32.
Yeah, I found him creepy. Bit. I'd find him maybe even sleazy.
She always walked behind him, never in front of him, never beside him. It was always behind him.
There's the dogs. Little love the dogs.
Chantel's parents, Jim and Kathy McDougall, visited their daughter in Nannup, but always felt uneasy around Simon Cadwell.
He wouldn't let me take a picture of them together, so I used to have to sit the camera on the desk and just keep pushing the button. That's why I got a lot of these photographs, so he didn't know I was taking his pictures. And he told Kathy that Chantel wasn't from this planet, she was from another planet. Then you start to think, well, which planet's this guy from,
Just, he didn't look right. He didn't look right at all. He was pretty spooky.
Every time Chantel comes into town to work at the fish and chip shop or the hotel, Simon waits and watches.
She would just be so scared from the look that Simon gave her from just sitting out the back. She just wasn't allowed to, associate or talk to any of the other customers that are out in the back in the beer garden. She just was she froze. She was, scared.
And you could see that he had that power, he'd obviously drilled it into her as well, and she believed it all as well. I mean, I think she was brainwashed, for sure.
It was just like there was a certain group of people that were better or were more equipped to move on to the next plane, and there were those that he didn't want Leela or Chantel associating with because they weren't going to go on to the next plane.
In 2007, a transformer is set up on a power pole near the house. Simon Cadwell becomes very agitated.
We tried to connect it up and he got real hypo about the electrical interference from the transformer. He reckons it was going to kill him to the point where practically he'd come out in red hives on his face, and you could actually see the hives and the stress levels going through the roof.
Around 3 months after the transformer goes up, everything changes abruptly. Simon, Chantel, Leela and housemate Tony simply vanish. A note is pinned to the door.
This appears to have been the last communication from Chantel. She's writing to Beth and Lyndon, that's the landowners. We've left suddenly due to the lack of sleep created by the electromagnetic field. We have moved overseas to Brazil.
Before she writes the note, Chantel telephones her parents. She tells them Simon has already left for Brazil and that she and Leela are about to follow.
To me, she sounded excited they were off on a new adventure. I guess, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she sounded excited about going and helping people over there, because I said, why are you going? And she said, oh, the people have got the same spiritual interests over there.
Jim and Kathy never hear from Chantelle again. 3 months after the call, they report Chantelle and 6-year-old Leela missing. As police swing into action, they uncover some alarming information.
From what we can understand through our inquiries with immigration, these people have not left Australia on an aircraft or by sea for that matter.
Then, as police delve deeper into the case, they discover that Simon Cadwell is not the person he claims to be.